Okay, so now that we've gotten our rear sight base removed and the barrel cut down and recrowned, what we're going to concentrate on is dressing up this area, because what I'm going for is just a standard sporting contour, and we want it to look as clean as possible. Now these pins right here, they go through these holes and hold the sight base on, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinstall the pins, and we're going to use a belt sander. You can also use a bastard file and just take your time and be careful with it. But we're going to take a belt sander and we're going to radius this off, get rid of the dovetail, and we're going to radius these pins into these holes. And we're going to take some sandpaper and try to just get everything nice and flush and round. Hopefully you won't even see these holes by the time I'm done. We're going for aesthetics. We want it to look good, but if it's not absolutely perfect, it's not a humongous deal, but we want it to look as good as possible, so that's what we're going for. By the way, we're doing a classic sporter, so we want it to look nice. Okay, we're just going to drive these back in. Okay, I can tell right at this moment that the pins do not fit ultra flush. We're definitely going to have some areas that show up here that it's going to be unavoidable, but we're going to do our best to make this look nice. We'll see how it turns out. I'm curious. Okay, I had a bit of a feeling that those pins wouldn't be a perfect flush fit. Just that one right there, it's just got a little spot on it. We're not going to worry about him. This doesn't look bad. We're not done. But one of the neat things about the particular process that I'm doing is that since I'm parkerizing, this whole thing's going to be blasted off anyway. So in terms of like picture perfect aesthetics, it's not a humongous deal. While parkerizing is a very pleasing finish when applied properly, it's not like we're going to blue this thing. Every little imperfection is not going to show up all that much with the parkerizing. If I look down the contour of the barrel, I can see that there's just a slight bump right here on top. But for the most part, the old base is gone, and our holes are plugged reasonably well. I should show you the other side. It looks a lot better. They're perfectly flush. We just got that one right there left us a little bit of a area. The scope's on it. We're not going to see it too much, okay? So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and apply my finish to my metal parts now that all my metal removing is done. And we're going to go and get our zinc phosphate on this. Okay, so we've gotten our zinc phosphating completed on all the metal parts we're going to worry about. All I did was the barrel action, the floor plate, and the magazine body itself. That's going to contrast nicely against our stock. We're going to go ahead and follow up here, and we're going to use a Dremel tool to finish out some of the areas on the stock and fit the action. We're not going to worry so much about an absolute perfect fit of the action because we're going to utilize bedding pillars, and we're going to torque those suckers down good, and we're going to free float our barrel channel, which the particular contour of this stock and the size of it is not going to be a difficult task. So we're going to go ahead and get our action fit in here somewhat respectably, and at this point we're pretty much just waiting on the components to come back from rock solid, and we'll be ready to finish up this project. I mean, really, we're just waiting on those components, and once we get them, get our drilling and tapping operation done, get our scope mounted, we'll be ready to reassemble this sucker and see how she runs.